Welcome to Teacher Nikki's Kitchen, where today I'm going to show you how to roast and prepare a poblano pepper. Poblano peppers are so versatile, and when they're roasted, they get so sweet and a little smoky, which is an excellent accompaniment to all things Tex-Mex. So to get started, I have my poblano pepper that I rinsed and dried. I'm gonna take a moment to make sure that I get all the water off because water steams things and we want to roast our pepper. It already smells good. All right, into this, I'm going to use just some olive oil to rub all over the pepper. Make sure not to skip any parts. My oven is already preheated to broil at 475 degrees. It'll help our pepper get nice and blistered. Now the trick is to keep a close eye on your pepper and make sure that you're able to turn it so that it can get blistered on all sides. So let's go ahead and get it in the oven. I'm going to set a 5-minute timer, and that's when I will check on my pepper. The poblano is a great pepper as it is. The benefits to roasting it is that you're able to remove the tougher skin, which leaves a nice, tender, sweet flesh, and it becomes more flexible to be a part of different recipes. If I was roasting more than one pepper, I would use my cast iron skillet to hold the peppers because it has excellent heat retention. But since today is just one pepper, I just used one of my thicker bottomed sheet pans. Still good heat retention, but I don't need as much space. Okay, watch says time's up. Let's check on our pepper. I know it's not ready, but let's see our progress. Oh yes, we are starting to blister. You see how it's already starting to blister right there? We're gonna set another timer for 5 more minutes and check its progress. I didn't realize charring a pepper would smell like I was burning up something in my house. In the future, I may be charring my poblano peppers on the grill. I just didn't want to go outside. But it's smelling kind of smoky. Not smoky, but smelling, I guess, charred, burnt. Things you learn. Be patient. My timer says I have 1 more minute to go, but I'm smelling this pepper and feel like I need to take a peek at it. It's getting pretty charred. I'm surprised that it's not more charred. Like, it smells like it should be burnt black, but it's not burnt black yet. So I'm gonna put it back in and let it char some more on this side before we switch to the other. Do you know what I think I just discovered? What I'm smelling is the burning part is the stem. And we're not gonna eat the stem, and we don't need crispy incense. So I'm just gonna snip that stem off and maybe it will lessen some of my worries. We're gonna set our timer again for another 5 minutes. Definitely, this is what I was smelling. The stem is charcoal. Yep, done with him. Roasting poblano peppers does take a considerable amount of time. If you have a recipe that calls for them, or you'd like to use them in a recipe, I suggest making them or preparing them earlier so that it's not a portion of your cook time for your recipe that you have to use. Because it does take time and patience to give the pepper an opportunity to get all blistered and blackened and smoky. It's worth it. But if you're in a rush, maybe prepare them earlier or the day before. It's only been about 3 minutes into this next 5-minute cook time, but I feel good about my pepper. I smell it. I think it's time for us to flip. So 13 minutes on broil is what we've done so far. Oh yes, he is all the way blackened, and even the skin has started to split some. So I'm going to take my handy dandy tongs and give it a flip. And because I use such a thick bottomed pan, this side has already started to blister. So fingers crossed that this will not be another 13 minutes, but we'll find out together. Back in the oven, our poblano goes. Watch says time is up. Let's take a peek. It's pretty close. It's blistered, it's blackened. I think we can give it just a tiny bit more time. Maybe take a peek at that other side and let's see. Oh yeah. Skin. Looks like just a few more minutes and it will let go completely. We're gonna give it about 3 minutes and then I'll go ahead and set up for the next step. Once we get the pepper out, we're gonna need to put it in a Ziploc bag to help it steam. The steam will help release the rest of the skin, and I'll cover it with a kitchen towel so that we can keep it warm. Warm and steamy will help release the charred skin. I know sometimes people will rinse the pepper to get the skin off, but that dilutes the flavor. And if we worked on this, as long as we have, we want to have maximum flavor. So, kitchen towel ready, bag ready. 2 more minutes. To keep me from accidentally burning myself, I'm going to use my 4-cup Pyrex. I'm gonna put the bag, the gallon-sized bag, over the Pyrex. That way, the Pyrex is holding the bag for me, and I can put the pepper in safely. And zip it up, cover it up, and let it loosen up. Okay, our minute is up. Let's rescue our beautifully blistered pepper. Oh yeah. Go ahead and turn that off. Take a look at this guy. Blistered on all sides, already starting to deflate. Use my tongs. Pick him up. Inside the bag. See, my hands are nice and safe. Zip up my bag. Notice how it's already starting to steam up. I'm gonna cover it with my little kitchen towel blankie. I'm gonna let it sit there for at least 5 minutes. Our poblano has been under its blankie for about 5 minutes. I'm gonna give it about 5 more minutes and it should be ready to peel. Okay, it's been 5 more minutes. I think our poblano is ready for peeling. Again, our goal is to gently peel the skin while leaving behind the flesh that is charred below. Look how easily that peels. If you find that there are stubborn pieces, you can use a knife. I use a knife that has a serrated edge just to give a little scrape. And continue peeling our pepper. It really is worth it to take the time and hand peel so that you can keep all of the pepper's essential oils and flavorings inside. Now we're going to gently open our pepper. So that we can scrape out the seeds and those last remaining bits of skin. Now all we have is our pretty charred pepper. Now to prepare this for my recipe, I'm going to store it in one of my deli containers until I'm ready to use it. Because I know that I don't want big chunks of poblano, I'm going to already cut it into strips and then turn those strips into dices. My sweet and smoky poblano pepper. Just gonna go ahead and put it inside my deli container. And have it prepped and ready for a recipe. Things we learned together while putting together our poblano peppers. 1, it takes a little longer than 5 minutes or 10 minutes to blister the pepper properly. It took about 15 minutes on one side and about 13 on the other. But we ended up with a beautiful roasted pepper that we were able to peel without using paper towels or water, which is a bonus. 2, the plastic bag definitely helped steam the pepper so that the skin was able to come off much easier. It does smell great, and I think it will be a great accompaniment to my recipe. Now, What is a way that you enjoy having poblano peppers? Roasting peppers is a new skill for me. It's not something that I've done over and over again, but I think it is something that I will incorporate into my Tex-Mex dishes more now that I see how easy it can be. All it takes is time. How does your family enjoy to eat poblano peppers? Let me know in the comments below. If you try this, I'd love to know how it worked out for you. Thank you again for coming to Teacher Nikki's Kitchen. I'll see you next time. Bye.